Hi everyone, it's Pumpkin, the Kawaii Witchling. Hope your week has been going okay. Last week for me was not that great. So I've just kind of been doing some self-care, like visiting my villagers and Animal Crossing, because I haven't logged in for like 2 months. Taking nice baths and eating a crap load of cookies. My guilty pleasure. Yeah, so because of that, the art I'm doing here is of a girl who's comforting herself with this cute soft plushie and just a bunch of sweets and candy all around. Funny backstory is that I won this cute cinema roll plush at the game center / arcade. They call it game center in Japan, and I got it after several tries, so I'm pretty proud of myself. And if you guys have ever played the UFO catcher game, it's really hard, and like the card doesn't have any grip unless you put a ton of money into it, or like you're super lucky and you put 1 or 3 coins and like bam, your claw suddenly has strength. So yeah, I'm like, woo, lucky me. Yeah, they're just huge money sinks whenever I go, so only when I am feeling low that I will play it. But yeah, I feel really happy that I won it. It's really cute. But anyways, today's topic is going to be the continuation of the cord cutting video I posted last month. So if you didn't watch that video, I suggest that you go to watch it. And if you don't know what cord cutting is and you're just tuning in, yeah, go see it, and I will explain what cords are and why and how to get rid of them and free yourself of some toxic relationships or bad habits. Moving on, we are gonna get down with the tea. So prepare your cups and any snackies and munchies that you want to like eat while you're listening to my tragic backstories. Not really. It's gonna be a long chat, so whoo. I don't really know where to start, so I'll just talk about how I kind of heard about them. I must have read about energetic cords somewhere, whether it was in one of my witchy books, in my growing collection, or on a website or a forum, but instinctively I knew how to locate them already and see with my astral eyes where they were and identify all the different colors. I mean, I work with color magic and candle magic, so this was kind of easy for me, but if you're having trouble visualizing your cords or any other parts of your astral or spiritual body, there are plenty of exercises that you can do to train your third eye in order to see these things. A lot of these exercises are on the internet already, so you can look through forums or books or YouTube videos. So yeah, there are a lot of resources available to you. The funny thing is, I don't think it's strictly a Western witch thing. Like, if you have consumed any Asian drama or anime, you have heard about the string of fate that connects you with your soulmate. Usually this is like a red string or ribbon. So, energetic cords, however, don't only exist between you and your romantic partners, like we discussed in part 1, but I'm going to talk mainly about my experiences with cords between my romantic partners and like some others that were sprinkled in. The first time I ever cut a cord was with my first serious boyfriend of 3 years. Whew. Our breakup was, in very brief words, not good. Rather than feeling sad and heartbroken, I was furious. I was angry at myself for staying with him for so long. There are a lot of problems that I don't really want to get in depth into, plus like that's all on the internet, so I kind of want to give some privacy for the both of us, even if I don't associate with him anymore. But anyway, I wanted to rid myself of the connection with him for good. Just kind of felt betrayed that he didn't accept me for myself, so I just wanted to get rid of everything. I didn't even entertain the thought of being friends later, even though I told him we could stay friends. It was a total lie. Anyway, locating the cord was not difficult and I severed it easily, but it took a long time to get over my anger in order to do this ritual. If I remember the cord correctly, I think I saw a normal looking, not very special red cord. As for the results of the cord cutting, I never said a word to him again and never heard a peep from him after he wished me happy birthday the first year we were separated on social media. Granted, moving across the world helped me avoid him and seeing him around town, so I'm really grateful for that too. In my previous video, I talked about establishing new energetic cords after taking down old ones, but in this case, I didn't really have any desire to. I'm kind of envious of people that maintain friendships with their exes after breaking up, but I just saw nothing in common with this person anymore. Maybe I changed too much. I just want to have people in my small circle that want to grow with me and support the stuff that I want to do. If you guys want to establish new cords after breaking up with your partners, by all means, go ahead. You don't have to follow my example. Do what fits right with you. Next up, I did a little cord cutting for something that has kind of, but not really, been bothering me for the past few years, and that is a crush on one of my former classmates all through elementary to high school. And the funny thing is, I did not and do not have a relationship, not even the tiniest friendship with this person, but he haunts my dreams several times a month or 2 months. And it's gotten to the point where I'm like, excuse me, I am in a relationship. Why do I keep dreaming about this man who I haven't met since high school? And even in my dreams, he still has his high school appearance. We are not connected on social media, so I don't even know what he looks like right now. He could be totally not my type right now, but he still appears in my dreams like, yo, what's up? But yeah, am I doing emotional cheating in my sleep? Oh no. In my dreams, I'd always enjoy seeing him and we'd make like small chat or he'd help me with something minor. Usually this is like a school setting or field trip setting, and maybe I would lose my schedule or need help going to class, or I didn't study for the test and he would help me. But otherwise, most of the time I'd just be looking at him longingly from a distance. Yes, I was that girl that was creepy and stared all day at her crush. I'm very sorry about that. At the time, it didn't seem creepy. I just couldn't help but stare at his beautiful face. But yeah, if that was me in that situation, I would be like, WTF girl, stop ogling me. What's wrong with you? But yeah, I don't know why he appears in my dreams so often or what he's supposed to represent. It doesn't seem to be one of my spirit companions using like his image or his form to get closer to me. It occurred to me recently, like this past month or so, that maybe I could cut the cord, if there was one, between us, and I'm not sure if I saw it properly or not. I tried, but it didn't work because I have dreamt of him several times after that cutting. And yeah, I'm still trying to decode what his appearance means, but all I have got is maybe I'm still, I still want that infatuation stage. Not that I'm infatuated with him. I don't even know what he's like. I think I was just obsessed with that. Oh, he's so pretty and popular. Maybe I can be pretty and popular too one day. He's smart. I want to be smart too, or something. All I know for sure is that the cord cutting didn't work, and maybe instead of cord cutting, I should look into dream magic. Maybe it's possible to confront him and ask what he means. That would be nice if that were possible. Even if it's just like his image in my conscious filling words in for him, it would give me some satisfaction, maybe some closure, so I don't feel like I'm an emotional cheater in my dreams. Okay, and next up, we have a big one. We're gonna talk about balancing friendship and romantic relationships and their dynamics. So for me, I am very based in my emotions. At the time with my first serious boyfriend, my relationship wasn't healthy, so maybe that caused me to seek emotional validation in other people, someone that understood me. Even sometimes in my current wonderful relationship, I get mad at my boyfriend and think, gosh, so-and-so wouldn't be angry about this thing. They get it. Because, well, back then, the first relationship, as a witch in the broom closet, you might say I'd research a ton of things online and in books, from the library in secret. Even my parents were kind of creeped out by it when I bought my first tarot deck, and my mom even confiscated it one time to try and learn how to read her own fortune. Okay, Mom. I'd confide a little to some friends and do their tarot for fun, but I don't think they thought I was a full-blown witch yet, because come on, I think all high school girls and some guys have that occult phase. Maybe they just get out of it eventually, but some stay in it, like me, for example. But yeah, I didn't have that many witch friends except for one friend that I made in university. But eventually I confessed to my boyfriend at the time that I worked with spirits, and that spirit keeping, buying vessels from magic practitioners, and etc. was a thing, because, well, I wanted to be less lonely. I wanted to talk about my craft, because this is something I'm passionate about, okay? Even now, I'm like, witchcraft is part of my identity. I want to share it with the people that I care the most about. But that was a huge, huge mistake. If I could go back in time to slap my younger self, I would. He was a hardcore Christian and just took the whole thing like I was some weirdo spouting out weird nonsense. Like I drank some funny tea and I was dreaming the whole thing, and we just never brought up the subject ever again. This was one of the incidents where I was like, great, now I need to find actual people I need to talk about with this subject and not feel like I've lost my own mind. Am I a loner in this world? Maybe YouTube is right, and they're right in suggesting those Alzheimer's dementia ads to me. Yes, I got a lot of those before I got the option to hide them. Do you have dementia? No. Eventually, I broke up with that dude and found more friends sharing similar spiritual journeys, and I felt more comfortable with him. I got a new boyfriend too, and although he was cool with me being a witch and meditating, buying crystals, drawing witching art, I never really talked about the in-depth stuff that I do because I'm afraid of repeating what happened in the past. I don't want to lose another important person in my life, so I didn't talk about this stuff with him. And with those friends that I was able to talk about, this stuff, I began to feel closer and closer with them until, oh my goodness, why am I starting to resent my boyfriend, my current boyfriend, for this thing again? I was afraid we would break up. Like, oh no, someone doesn't understand me again. I feel misunderstood. No one understands me. I am alone. I had to make some kind of decision, either stop chatting with these friends so much or talk more about Minecraft to my boyfriend. And I just remember the pain I felt the previous time, former significant other, when we clashed over different beliefs, and I didn't want that to happen again. So this is when the cord cutting came in. Of course, I didn't want to cut off my friends completely, but I understood that maybe we have to change something in our friendship. I was starting to resent my boyfriend because I just felt he didn't understand what I was passionate about, and also just these little things like, I don't know, picking up the garbage in the apartment were starting to bother me, and I'd complain to my friends. Also things like sharing emotional needs, sharing our trauma, even our hobbies are slightly different. And I was like, oh, my friends are infinitely better than my boyfriend in these aspects. Oh no. So I looked inside myself and cut those cords and kind of replaced it with a more, I don't know how to say it, platonic cord. We didn't really have a romantic relationship, but I just I needed to distance myself from these friends so that I would still be close with my boyfriend, to form that emotional bond again with him. So after the cord cutting, we are still close, of course, with my friends, but yeah, I was just kind of crossing the line on how much I relied on them, and my heart felt more and more distant from my boyfriend. And love is difficult, I'm not gonna lie. You have to choose to be in love and stay in love. So I was like, okay, I choose my boyfriend. So I had to cut the cords, and yeah, it took some work because I was kind of panicked. I didn't want to lose him. After some time, it worked. I was able to tell my boyfriend a little more about myself and what I do, share some emotional experiences with him, that trauma, that shadow work. Yeah, but I think in the future, maybe I will open up more and more. I don't want to overwhelm him with too much stuff like those lizard man conspiracies. I do not believe in those, by the way. I think they're hilarious. Or, for example, hexing the moon and the fae. This is not even possible. So those baby witches, so-called baby witches, I hate that term, by the way. I think I'm gonna do a video about why I hate that term. But yeah, those baby witches on TikTok, they just spouting some bull crap. You cannot hex the moon and the fae. They are just too powerful to be hexed, and you're just annoying them. You're just a bug in their face. So I don't know. Yeah, but I'm gonna stay away from like the really heavy, really deep stuff with him, but eventually maybe I'll chat casually about it, and it should be fun. But yeah, me and my friends, we are still close, but I'm not as overly dependent on them as I was before, so thank goodness that was resolved. Okay, and finally, I want to talk about ethics of cord cutting, what I mentioned in the previous video. So, in a nutshell, ethics in witchcraft is very important because even if you have the best of intentions, you can possibly harm someone. So for example, maybe you want to heal someone and you heal some blockage in their spiritual body or something, but it creates more problems in their body since you don't know completely about their condition and they don't know about it. They didn't consent to it. So yeah, maybe you would cause some harm, even though this might be some quote-unquote white magic. You should always try to get people's permission if you do any magical work for them, unless it's like a hex or curse. Of course, you wouldn't want to announce to your enemy, like, hi, I'm going to curse you to have the Runny Poos every day at the office meetings. So, yeah. In the case of hexes and curses, you don't need their consent. But for me, I tried to cut the cords of some family members whose marriages weren't going so well. And I wanted to establish these cords of trust and friendship, love between them, because I really care about these people. I want them to be happy. But I never asked them for their permission because, you know, my witchcraft is kind of secret between most of my family. So I would never tell them, like, hey, I'm gonna do witchcraft on you, and they would probably totally not be cool with it. But yeah, I just acted on my own because why suffer in a relationship that doesn't make you happy or make you grow, right? So yeah, of course, as you might have already guessed, it didn't work exactly. I didn't ask about the details, but the relationships, from what I heard and what I deduced, seemed the same old problems and complaints. Of course, I'm living out of the country and barely have any contact with these family members, so I can't be there to see how their relationships are holding up and if there really is any like subtle changes in their behavior and like relationship dynamic. I'm just so glad that there aren't any negative consequences because of my ignorance. Yeah, I would have been horrified if any of them got hurt. Yeah, but I'm also kind of disappointed it didn't really benefit them either. I'm just glad it's like a neutral ending, right? But yeah, the reason why it didn't work, it's probably because I'm not them and I won't know the full grasp of their situation. So I probably projected my own bias and misunderstandings on them as couples and tried to cut essentially nothing or my own thoughts. And really, there's no big story here. There's no drama like plot development, thank goodness. But yeah, maybe that's for the best. And that's it. I have told my stories about cord cutting for now, but I might revisit this topic again in the future because I'd like to experiment and cut the cords for some of my childhood traumas and see if it will positively affect me. So this shadow work has always been put to the side. It didn't used to affect me before, but maybe that was because I was suppressing it. And then suddenly, years later, it's coming back again. So yeah, I really want to take care of it and make sure it doesn't grow into something bigger and harder to get rid of. Thanks for listening and watching, and I'll see you next time. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling better after letting all of my thoughts out. And yesterday and today, I finally exercised for the first time in months. I feel good. Yeah, I'm on my self-care journey, and hopefully you guys are on yours too in this stressful time. P.S. Expect episodes more often because I have my very own mic now. Woo! And I don't have to borrow from a friend. Woo! Thank you, friend, for letting me borrow your mic. Anywho, goodbye for now. Mwah! Oh, doggy is drinking water. Sorry. Dude. Stop drinking! Oh my lord! How long you gonna drink, my dude? Okay, next up we have some talks about... I don't even know what to say here.